Hi, and welcome to the business of being a virtual assistant. I'm your host and virtual co-worker, Tiffany Parson. And if I have not seen you this year, meaning you haven't gotten an email, you weren't on the January free webinar, Happy New Year. I hope your new year is off to a great start. And if not, I hope this episode will help you. We're going to talk about how to push yourself forward when you don't feel motivated. This is episode number 142. Now, first off, I want to thank my husband for this topic because he asked me this question just yesterday, and I thought this would be fantastic for the podcast because I'm always seeking topics from all different places on what I can share with you and give you some insight on. And so, every single day I'm responsible for what my day looks like. I am full-time in my business, so if I do nothing, I'm responsible. If I work all day, I'm responsible. I'm responsible for it all. And it's not really something that we learn in school. It's one of those things that as a business owner, you learn as you go. You learn as you go. Nobody's going to tell you what to do. Nobody's going to dictate your calendar or your schedule. I mean, you have full autonomy over that. Yes, you have clients. Yes, there are deadlines and stuff. But again, at the beginning of all that, you chose, you agreed, you decided. The choices are all yours. Now, every single day when you wake up in the morning, you will not feel like it. So I'm going to talk from a full-time standpoint, and then I'll talk from a part-time standpoint in doing your virtual assistant business and how to push yourself forward. So every morning I wake up, I have to ask myself, what day is it? What's going on today? So I look at the calendar to see what I have going on. And then I remember, oh, okay, it's this, oh, it's that. And if it's totally a blank day, those days can trip me up because if I have not planned anything, no plan, no action. You have got to plan. Even the days where there's nothing, you've got to plan something. So in this year, I'm really more focused on making sure that my blank days have something and stepping my way, because I'll tell you, I'm not always motivated every day. I don't always have the energy. I don't always feel like getting dressed or feel like combing my hair or putting a bra on or any of those things. And so that's the disadvantage of when you're the owner, when everything is on you, when you don't have to leave your home to do business. So I don't ever feel comfortable working in my pajamas. So I don't ever work in my pajamas. Pajamas make me feel lazy. And I don't like laying around in the bed all day because being in the bed makes me feel lazy. Now, there are times where I will get dressed, put on comfortable clothes, and head to the couch. And for some reason, just that little bit does not make me feel lazy. It helps me, okay, I'm moving. I don't have the clothes on I slept in. I'm not still in the bed. I'm up, sorta, but on the couch. So anyway, that would be a Saturday, Sunday. Let's talk about stepping your way through. So let's say you've got client work all day, but energy is low. You got to get stuff done, but you've got some hours in between here. How do you step yourself to it? That's exactly what I do. Step myself to it. So step one, do I need to be ready for people today? Am I getting on camera today? Am I leaving the house today? That determines how I dress, what I look like. Checking email. Who do I need to answer? Who do I need to follow up with? And go from there. One small step. Have I eaten? Do I need to eat something? One small step. Before you know it, taking these little steps will get you to the bigger things that you need to take care of. There are times on podcast days or training days, and I have the idea, the general idea, but I need to break it down into an outline, especially with training. So one of my smaller steps may be, I'm going to sit here on the sofa and I'm going to map out the outline of what our training is going to look like. Or I'm going to brainstorm some different content ideas for the rest of the year. Because what I'm trying to do is get my brain working, get it to thinking, get it in work mode, and doing those small steps to get me closer to where I want to be and closer to getting the task done. In the process of writing, of doing the outline, all of a sudden I'll get energy. Oh, boop, I got the idea. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to record now. Oh, boop, I got the idea. Let me share on Facebook. Oh, I got the idea. Let me send the email. I'm not depending on external things to motivate me. I'm being my internal coach. And that's what you got to be sometimes. You got to be your own internal coach. Now, let's say you have a job. You work from 8 to 5. You come home. You're tired. You've got all these things to do. There's family. There's dinner. There's this and that. But you're also taking on clients part-time. But you're exhausted. But there's a deadline. So how do you step your way to that when you feel exhausted and there's a deadline? Now, before I even went full-time, I worked my business part-time, and I was working full-time. And you may feel beat down when you come home from work. Now, I don't know what it feels like when you have children and have to do all this. So I cannot speak from that standpoint, but I can speak from being exhausted, getting home, you got a deadline, so you got to muster up some energy. Make sure there's a transition from the day job to you doing your client work. There has to be a transition. You can't jump from one to the other. It's like in the workouts. In my class, we do cardio for 20 minutes, and then there's a transition where we recover before we go into our weights. We don't go directly from cardio to weights. And going directly from your day job to serving your clients is like doing that. You need a bridge between the two so that you can get your heart rate down, you can get relaxed, and move into what you really want to do and serving your clients. And so those small steps in between will help you with that. The transition. What do you need to do to transition? Do you need to take a bath? Do you need to change your clothes? Do you need a snack? Do you need dinner? Do you need to check your email? Do you need to just have a seat? Do you need to just take a moment to yourself? What do you need? Because everyone is different. What do you need to help transition? Sometimes my transition is housework. And to say that out loud is crazy for me because I was never one to like it. I would do it, but I never liked it. But now I'm like, I'm looking for stuff to clean. Y'all, I'm cleaning walls, like literally. Soap and water, rag, cleaning walls. And that just is helping me think. It's crazy. Organizing a corner for 10 minutes. It's helping me think. Do what you need to do so that you can think, so that you can get your energy that you need to do what you need to do. And before you know it, oh my gosh, it'll be done, and you'll be like looking for, okay, well, what else would I have? What, you'll be excited, you'll be geared up, you'll be ready to move on to the next thing. So don't always look for the motivation outside of you. It's in you. You're your coach. You know what you need, and not feel guilty. I mean, if you need a 15-minute nap, a quick nap in between your daytime and serving your clients at night, do that. Do what you need to do. Don't feel like you have to run from one thing to the other without there being a break. And I've been guilty of, I need a nap. 3 o'clock comes, I need a quick nap, and feeling guilty because I took a nap. No, your body needs what it needs. And be grateful that you're able to give your body what it needs when it needs it. It's hard sitting at your cube at 3 o'clock, and man, I could just use 5 minutes. One of my corporate jobs I worked at, they had a room where you could go to and take your 5 minutes, turn off the lights, add a little alarm clock in there, a little radio. You could take snacks. I forget what it was called, but we'll just call it a quiet room for the lack of a better word, where you could take the time you needed and come back. Same thing. Same thing, whatever it is. You do what you need to do. If working out is your deal to help you transition from your daytime to the nighttime, if that is what you need, do that without feeling guilty. I think the biggest thing I want to make sure you realize is that all of us, our steps will look different, but don't feel like you have to take a giant leap from one thing to the other. I can't wake up, hit the ground, and then jump on client work. I've done it before and it did not feel good. It didn't feel good for me because I need that transition from the time my feet hit the floor to the time I get to work. Because otherwise I feel like I'm running and not stopping ever from one day to the next, if that's how all my days were. I need that transition. I need that time. And I am good. Once I have that time, I am good. Even recording this podcast, this video today, let me tell y'all, I had some bumps in the road with my, my mind's gone blank, with my stand for my phone, and it just popped off mid-recording. So, this is actually my second go-round of this, and it's worked much smoother. And the crazy thing is, because of that one thing breaking, I figured out a way to do it even better. And I like how I have it set up now, way better than before. I don't feel confined. I don't feel like the light is about to eat me up. It's a lot better feel and look. So anyway, you be your own coach. A coach and cheerleader pushes us on, lets us know what the next thing is, and the next thing, and the next thing. You be that for yourself. You be that for yourself. I'll, know I need to drink some more water. So I'm like, okay, let me go get me a bottle of water. I'll be in the kitchen while I'm drinking my water. Let me look at the emails. Okay, emails are great. Let me move on to the next thing. Let me write down the outline. Let me do this. Let me do that. Step, step, step. And every day won't be perfect. Every day, let me say it louder, every day won't be perfect. Don't expect it to be. Some days you're going to come home from work and be like, I can't do it today. There's no deadline today. I can't do it today. Let me go to sleep. Get your rest, because you don't know. You might wake up early the next morning and be able to get some things done before work, right? Absolutely. And I won't say lastly, because there may be something else that comes to mind, but the other thing is this, and that is recognizing when you're too comfortable. Because we can be too comfortable and need to jump outside of that comfort zone. I've been comfortable for a few months, and it's time for me to jump out of my comfort zone. Is it time for you to jump out of your comfort zone? What are you comfortable with that you need to get uncomfortable? That you need to reach out? Is it time to meet some new people for your business? Is it time to pick up the phone and call and see who needs your help? Is it time for you to start posting on social media and be visible so people know you exist? Is it time to put a picture on your website so people can put a face to a name? Is it time to start being bold and tell people that you have a virtual assistant business? Is it time to be uncomfortable and let your family know your plan is to go full-time in your business? What is it time for you to get uncomfortable about? I know what mine is. What is yours? Make a commitment to yourself in 2019 to get uncomfortable. And your inner coach will help you step it along the way, leading you towards the uncomfortable zone. Stepping forward. You know what you need to do. Example, you need to pick up the phone and call some people. Who do you want to serve? Do you want to serve florists? Do you want to serve accountants? Do you want to serve real estate agents? Do you want to serve pastors? Do you want to serve counselors? Who do you want to serve? Who is your target? Who do you want to go after? Who do you want to work with? Who do you want to help with their social media? Who do you want to help with their email, their calendar management? Who is it? Research, find them, make a list. Do some research on them. Get you a list and then call. Everything I just gave you are steps to pick up the phone and start talking to the people that you want to work with. Find out what they need. They may not even know what a virtual assistant is. You go tell them and see if there is a need. And don't be afraid. Should I tell you that? Not to be afraid? Yeah. Don't be afraid. Know that you are going to be afraid, but don't be afraid. That sounds crazy, doesn't it? I'm going to say it again. Know that you are going to be afraid, but don't be afraid. What does that mean? You're going to be afraid, but don't be. So it's going to happen. It's natural. We all have nerves. We all get, oh, I'm nervous. I'm afraid. Push it back. So it's coming, but don't be. Don't let it penetrate you so much that it causes you to stall. It causes you to put off what you know you need to do. It causes you to say, oh, tomorrow, 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 tomorrow. That's what it means. You're going to be afraid, but don't be afraid. Don't let that fear penetrate. Don't let it paralyze you. And overthinking. Overthinking paralyzes us. What? Overthinking. Listen to Coach You and Step Your Way. While you're at work and you are having a moment, you're just sitting, staring off into space. Think about, okay, what steps do I need to take when I get home so I can be ready to do my thing? And then when you get home, you know your steps. Not trying to gobble it all up at once. Step, 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 step. Right? I hope this is all making sense to you. And it's not necessarily to motivate you. I want you to get with your inner coach and let Coach You be your motivator. Because every day you wake up, you won't feel like it. And just know every day I wake up, I don't feel like it. But Coach You is always there to step you along. You're responsible for the outcome of what happens in your business. If it's successful, you're responsible. If it fails, you're responsible. We're responsible no matter what. And that's, hey, win some, lose some, we're responsible, which is why we can't let a win get us off track and we can't let a loss get us off track. One client does not make your business. Don't let one client make your business. Go get more. They're waiting for you. They don't know you exist because you have not told them. Get in touch with Coach You and let Coach You step you through all of it, and you won't ever have to worry about anybody outside of you motivating you because you've got it. Thank you so much for listening and for watching this week's episode. You guys are awesome. I appreciate every email, every time you click play. Let me know if you have a question. You can just email that to me, or you can post it in the comments depending on whether you're watching this on YouTube or if you're on the website. If you are listening to the podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, or on the website, if you're listening and you're driving, then I don't want you to stop and text or anything like that. But when you get a chance, I want you to text 345-345. The words you're going to text to 345-345 are VA Start. What is the VA for? Virtual Assistant. VA Start. That gets you on my VIP list so that you can know what's going on. You'll be the first to find out when a podcast is released. You'll be the first to know when there's going to be a webinar that you can participate in. You'll get all of that information when you text 345-345, the words VA Start. Oh, it's all together. It's just one word, VA Start, one phrase. I don't want to confuse anybody. And if you are on your computer, then just go to tiffanyparson.com. You'll see where you can get free training. You'll see membership information, all kinds of good stuff there on the website. And you'll see how you can get in contact with me, send your questions. I love to hear from you. And just share your progress. What happened in 2018? What are you looking to transition in 2019? Shoot me an email, let me know about that. And if you're just always on Facebook, you can send me a message on my page there, Tiffany Parson Biz. Send me a message there. I love to hear from you guys. You are awesome. All the best to you in the new year. Lots of new topics coming up. I'm still coming with you with information, encouragement, inspiration, whatever the case may be. Questions, I don't know all the answers, but I'll tell you what I know and then send you in the direction where you need to go when I don't know. And lastly, the last thing, I looked at my iTunes review, y'all. I've been doing this podcast. I don't know when it started on iTunes. I can't remember. Maybe 2015. But there are 9 reviews on iTunes. 9! And it's my fault that there are only 9 reviews. Do you know why it's my fault? Because I forget to ask you. I forget to ask you to do a review. So if you are listening to this on iTunes, please, I ask you to give a review for the podcast. Not because I'm not trying to be number 1 on the list or anything like that. I really want to get your feedback on the podcast. I want to know how you're enjoying the podcast, all that good stuff. So do your review on iTunes and let me know. I'd love to see them. I think you can do them on Stitcher too, but I'm not 100% sure. Maybe on Google Play. I haven't looked at reviews on Stitcher or Google Play, just iTunes, because that's what I can see real quick from my phone. So anyway, I have talked enough and give you enough action. So I will see you on the next episode. Thanks to you for listening and watching episode number 142.